Decided to give the bigger embed today. Very interesting. Yeah. Okay. What the heck? Oh, it's just not gonna show me. Okay. It said that it recognized some copyrighted content in a recent VOD, but when I clicked on it, it just took me here. So I guess I'll just look at that later. Hey, what's up, Bings? What's up, Dinotech? I just highlighted VODs from like the past 2 weeks. Unfortunately, like I guess I missed highlighting one of my Elden Ring playthrough VODs. But I guess it found something in there because it was saying it detected copyright content. So I'm like, why are you telling me now? Why didn't you tell me like after the stream or something? Okay, so excuse me. Tears of the Kingdom, particularly Andre and Ergol, have been really cooking for AD 1.0. And sorry, I lost track of thought there. Um, yeah, they've really been cooking for AD 1.0. And I saw Bite uploaded a clip where he was able to get a lot of height using a slide off of a box. And 1.0 or 100% has a lot of situations where you want to go vertically because, like, for instance, if you take this tower, I think this is probably the best example. You take this tower up, even if you're using Pocket Rocket, it takes a while to get from here to here. So a more ideal solution is to go from like the Korok down here, since it's right below this island. So kind of thing I want to investigate today. No, this isn't a new glitch, but sorry, my throat is really dry today. uh, Not a new glitch. It's cart sliding if you've seen those, but if not, I can quickly demonstrate. Let me. Sure, I think we'll use this. I gotta remember how to do these inputs. Haven't opened this game in a couple weeks. Equip this. There we go. Oh yeah, I can show off the portable tower too. I don't think it's in my auto builds, so I'll have to remake it anyway. I saw Player 5 messing with cart slides a little bit on stream, but it's not really a viable thing. So now the collision of this is below the cart, and we can use it to fly around. And if I equip a bow, you can do this through throw aim or using a bow, but if you do that, you can also steer it. Very neat little glitch. So I don't know, Bings, if you're familiar with ABCS, but that's something that you can do in 1.0, but it's really slow. So this is like the alternative way that they've been using to get around quickly. So yeah, there's a lot of nuance, it seems like, in how this glitch works. Because right now I'm getting a decent bit of height. But it seems like the height you get is based not only on the weapon and its fusion, but also the thing that you're using to glide around on. You have a cart fused to your weapon for cart slides. Interesting. I did see some clips of that. I didn't know if there'd been actually any like proper timings done, but that's good if it makes them even faster. Because these things are basically as fast as ABCS now. Where do I want to go actually? I'm on the wrong side of the map. I want to go to Wind Temple. And me being in low gravity might actually mess this up. Hey, what's up, Net? Hope you're having a lovely Wednesday. Let me see. Let me go towards Wind Temple, because I don't know. I'm on the other side of the map now, but I want to hope that this is faster than warping. Probably not at this distance. It's faster than 1.1 ABCS. That's surprising. Yeah, this tech is really good. Yeah. Okay, so this is the problem with these. Uh, if you... I need to equip a weapon, hold up. Oh, I guess that got rid of the thing anyway. Yeah. If you turn the camera too quickly and it causes lag, it can cause it can cause the glitch, or it can cause the trick to stop working. Because physics. Chicken glider, best glider, true. I swapped it over when I was making shorts for Jordan, because I was like, I want something that looks kind of silly, but also good. And the Coco one is definitely a good one that's also silly. Okay, let me make my way up to the spot where Vite posted the clip. I should probably grab like some different weapons to test with, because right now all the weapons I have are just like 10 of the same spears, 10 of the same sword. Is there any Zonai item? That's one of the things I want to test today, is if it can be done with a different item. I'm gonna go ahead and zuggle this. Oh, that's not gonna work. Well, never mind. I don't need Pocket Rocket. Who needs it? Okay, let's do this thing again. I'm gonna just try it with the fusion that I have right now. Zip drop. Okay, that doesn't work. Let me try here. Equip drop. Drop. Equip. Okay, that also didn't work. Is this wall... I'm gonna hope this wall works. Claymores don't matter. I thought it made a difference based on like the fusion and the... I mean, if cart slides make... Or if fusing a cart makes them faster, I would think the shape of the weapon in the fusion would matter, but I don't know. Okay. Let me do this instead. Let me make this wall work. The fusion does, but I did some testing, and the first claymore is the exact same speed as the royal claymore. That's good then. It's good that there's not like too much variance. Okay, surely this works, right? Oh, I did it backwards though. Now we now we have the noisy weapon. Okay. Oh, I accidentally picked it up. The rusty claymore, yeah. I see. I'm hoping this does work well with some Zonai devices. How did he... I gotta stop pressing the A button. I'm not sure how Bite got it to a distance where he was able to climb on. I think the fusion on my weapon might have something to do with that, though. Being a giant iron ball. Okay, let me check the clip again really quick. I think he had a cart fused to it, and maybe I would assume that is gonna help me more. Because I think the ball is just too large, so the box is not falling down enough. Yeah, it's Royal Claymore. Oh, it's Royal Claymore with no fusion. Let me just try this with no fusion then. Where's the top of the box? I know it doesn't matter, but it's gonna bug me. I think this is the top of it. Okay. Not quite. I think I need to put myself like right in the middle. There are really only 2 boxes here. How about we make my own box? Wow, okay, interesting. I think finding an object that has like a larger surface area is probably gonna make this better because it just seems like it's gonna be too picky if it's something that's pretty small. Let me try this without... Okay. Let me try this without recall, because I've seen that being used. But I don't know if it's gonna work for this. I've only seen it done for carts. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't want to waste all my boxes. That broke so easily. Okay. Not having a lot of luck with this so far. Let me look at the clip again. I want to see exactly where he was standing. Okay, he was towards the back of the box. That makes some sense. Because I think you want the center of collision of the weapon. Because I'm thinking of it as if the weapon is underneath the box. Because I'm pretty sure that, I mean, that makes sense that that's what's happening. The Link's positioning isn't necessarily what's important. It's the weapons that is. Hey, what's up, Pancake? How's it going? Okay, let me stand towards the back this time. Okay, that was better. We didn't get thrown off immediately, so I think I've got the right idea here. Going pretty great overall. That's good to hear. Okay, do this, and then that. I'm just gonna put on something so I stop taking cold damage, because that's what made me mess this up last time. That's too high up. Okay. We're making progress. It was something. I don't want the box to be crooked. It just launches them so fast, like, I should just activate recall immediately to keep them from breaking. Did I use this one yet? No. It's the last Guardian amiibo I have on my desk. Okay, yeah. I think having a larger surface area is gonna be good for this. Let me try with a hoverstone. I feel like hoverstones are gonna be a little tricky because... Actually, I don't know. They're heavy, so it makes me wonder if they're gonna even work that well. Surely 16 is enough. Okay, not a lot from that one. Try that again. Okay, it didn't get lodged under the hoverstone that time. Let me try attaching 2 of them. Because I'm thinking, even if Zonai devices don't work, something can be auto-built that makes this workable. Stand right about here. Okay, yeah, I think the weight of these makes lift off a bit of a problem. We can do some kick flips though. Let me try it this way. Hey, what's up, Savage? Okay, same idea, but with the boxes. Let's attach a couple of these. Oh my goodness. know a wing is gonna be too heavy. What else do we have to work with here? I keep wanting to mess with the hover stones because those really give like the flattest area to work with. What if I stand more forward? Oh, that's probably not gonna help that it turned. What if I do it? What if I have it diagonal? Okay. Okay, so this... I don't think you can go far enough back on this to keep it from just flipping forward. So I think just one hover stone by itself isn't really gonna work. And if I stand towards the middle... Maybe I need to stand more towards the middle. But I don't think we're gonna get a lot of verticality with this. I think part of what gives verticality is something shaped like this. So the further the weapon is away from you, I think partially determines the kind of distance you get. Oh, whoops. Or partially determines the kind of speed you get, whether it's vertical or horizontal. So let me see. Is this... If I put this on its side, is it climbable? Hard to tell. Okay, so it is. This may not work that well, though, because it's uneven. I think I keep mistiming the recall, because it keeps dropping a bit too low. This should work. Oh, well, just slams to the ground. What if I climb it? Let's find out. It did something. I'm just gonna try with solo box again. A little too high. Didn't really get anything with that. I think... I'm not sure if I should just reload to scan in more amiibo. Wondering if there's any other items, like Zonai items, I can try. I know wings are too heavy. Maybe... Try something with this. What if the answer to vertical cart slides is just more carts? Maybe. Well, I think that's promising. Can I? I can't have those back. Never mind. Skate park, true. I want them to be even. There we go. Never mind. That's still not even. This is not the greatest surface to be working on because of it being slanted. Okay. Gotta line up the wheels, gotta line up the dot right in the middle. Right in the middle. Okay. I guess this is easiest if you do it when you first spawn the card in. Sure? Oh, never mind. They became unglued. That looks better. Well, it's something. Here, let me just go back to Lookout Landing. I feel like I'm gonna have an easier time testing if it's on a flat surface. I just wanted to come here to see if I could recreate what Bite did, but the positioning on the box is a bit more precise than I thought. Oh, I guess I can show Bing's portable tower since I'm teleporting back here. Okay, so this is one solution for getting two of these, and then okay, this is one solution for getting a bunch of height up to certain sky islands. I only needed one of these. And then two of these. Obviously, this isn't the fastest in a run setting because of the time it takes to build this thing. Storing an actual tower launch, no, it's a really interesting contraption. So when you trigger these two springs, they kind of push you into each other, and the game doesn't really know what to do with that. So when you trigger this device, this is what happens. Not that way. I'd usually try to stand closer to the edges because it gives more height, but that's something that can also happen. Here, I'll just stand in the middle. It'll still give good effect. Did I build this wrong? Thing is also tricky to get on. I don't think I built this wrong. Huh. But why is this not working? This is strange. I've used these a lot and I've never had it just not work. Maybe I need to move this spring down a little bit more. I don't think that actually moved it any. Alright, game. Make it happen. No? Okay. Some technical difficulties here. Oh, I think this top spring. I think that's the issue. I think it's a little too far from the edge, which is kind of deceptive. It looks the same though. Well, we'll see if it works. If not, I will try again. No, that looks the same. I think this is also not gonna work. Oh, never mind. There we go. So I have no clue what I did differently that time, but portable tower. Said this was up, right? Where are all the balloons? Well, you see. Let me scroll through this game's 252 items to locate exactly what I'm looking for. There we go. There's the balloons. Wow, do these not have a sound effect in this game, or did they just get not triggered? We have balloons, let's go. Yeah, do these just not make a sound in this game? That's so strange. Yeah, about 700 meters is about the most you can squeeze out of it. So it's kind of particular. If you're in the middle, that gives the least height. But I found that if you're on the edge, like of the spring, and you hold ZL, that seems to give you the most. I don't think that one was quite as high, actually. Maybe that one was too far. Try that again. Oh. Okay. You also want to be at like the lowest point. So maybe I wasn't at the lowest point before. There we go. That should be a good one. Maybe not quite. I don't know. I'm not getting quite as much height out of it as I would think I would. But yeah, this is portable tower. So at least what I've investigated for Hundo, I've found there's a good one here you can use to get to this Sky Island because there's nothing really super close by to it. Where else did I have this routed for? This one here is a very good one because you just go from the Korok below and it puts you right at like the back side of this island, which isn't the best because you have to go all the way around to get to the side you can actually enter to get the green crystal. But it's still a lot faster than trying to come from the tower or anywhere else. This is one where the new slide trick could be helpful because this one is just like a bit too high for the spring to really be useful. This was another good spot. This one is also a good spot where portable tower has been useful. And also this one here. But if the slide ends up being something that is stable and usable, it would save the time of having to make this and then auto build it. Because when you auto build this thing, it's not particularly bad, but you have to first of all switch to auto build, spawn it in, stick it into the ground, and then climb up on it. So there is a little bit of maneuvering going on there. I feel like with a slide, even if we have to auto build something, if drop smuggle is already active, it could be more convenient, and also you wouldn't have a height. You wouldn't have a cap on the height. You can only get so much height out of this thing, but with the slides, you can go as high as you want. Okay, so let's continue with the simple ideas. 2 carts. Oh, I need to set up drop smuggle again. Yeah, drop smuggle isn't something that would always be active. I think at least with the new tricks, though, it's easier to access because this menuing is so... Oh, whoops. Just has to be very quick up and very quick setup. Yeah, the quick up is the thing I'm hoping to find, something that just can quickly elevator you up and that is stable. But yeah, hold up. Where's my delicious steak? I know when overloaded, there's a very easy way to set up drop smuggle right away, though. I don't remember the inputs for it, but it's basically like you hold out your bow, you swap to a different... Well, I guess you'd have to do it in the menu, yeah. Hold out a bow, you pause, swap to something else, and then drop it, I think. Or maybe it's equip. It's something like that, though. But that's basically all you have to do to set up drop smuggle while overloaded. It's just the second step, yeah. Okay. This may not also be the best place to test because of lag, but we'll see if we can make it work. You jump and then do 2 steps of QDS. Yeah, that makes sense. Or do step 2, yeah. Wow, this thing is really launching me. I wish I could recall Link. Oh, my weapon? Okay, so this is another interesting thing with this glitch. Normally, you can see the weapon name, and if I press A, I would be able to pick it up. But right now, I don't have that. So that means the collision for the weapon is somewhere else. So I'm guessing when I climbed the wall, it got stuck on the other side. Yeah, so now it's back. So that's another weird quirk about this glitch, is that the collision can just desync from you, and then it will just be somewhere else if you're not paying attention. Okay, so I definitely don't want to stand on the back. Gonna inch a little bit forward. Okay. Well, it's stable. It's not exactly the fastest. It's progress, though. We have a stable upward slide. Up but slow, yes. Let's see. What if we add... Okay, so this is something else I'm curious about. So, as I add more carts, the weight of this is going to increase. But... is the weight increase... or is the collision being further from Link? Is the force of it trying to return to Link going to be greater than the weight of the carts? Oof. Okay, I think adding a third cart might have changed the properties a little bit. I'm sorry, guy. You're witnessing science. Okay, what if I stand on the very back? And then it's gonna beat me up. What if I inch forward? Okay. It's going to attempt to beat me up. What if I stand towards the middle? Oh, it's something. Okay, I feel like we're making some progress and observations. Is wing too heavy for this? I think so. I want to try it out, but I know when... Like, there's been testing for slides done on GSI, but you don't have carts there. You only have wings. And people can't really get it off the ground that well. So I think wings may not be a possibility. Okay. I'm gonna hold this up here for a second. I want to try to get it in a position... I want to try to be really particular about where I'm positioning Link. Okay. I think I want him right in the middle. Hey, what's up, Dogi? Hope you're having a lovely Wednesday. That was closer. Yeah, this is still being really particular. I'm back. I can see the arrow, but where is it? There we go. I see it. Oh, okay. Wow. What a launch. Okay. Move these over here. Actually, let me make myself a workstation here. Yeah, I'm thinking the taller I make it, presumably the faster it would go, but I want to figure out how to make it stable before I try to really expand on the speed. Because I'm assuming that more speed is gonna also equal more instability. Okay, these aren't stacked perfectly, but this is... I feel like this is going to be more like what you would see in like a run setting. Oh. My weapon collision got stuck somewhere. Okay, so this is not something I would use for long distance, but I'm getting closer. Just glide back over here. Oh right, all the stuff respawned. I kind of want to test my weight. I'm gonna have to redo drop smuggle. I kind of want to test the weight versus collision idea. So instead of adding just one cart, I want to see if I can still do the 3-stack. Oh right, that's something Bite mentioned. Stabilizer can make this, well, more stable. He didn't post any clips of that though, so I want to see. Let me just start with these 3 carts. And I will, while they're perfectly aligned, do this. The stabilizer may be the key to all of this, but I don't know how it's gonna affect the oh right, I need to set this up again. I don't know how having a stabilizer is gonna affect the weight distribution, because I'm thinking if I just place Link right in the middle here, it's probably gonna drift to the right, because I think the weight of the stabilizer is going to factor in how it works. Okay, I can't do this here. What about the back? Whoops. Oh, that was way too long of a pause, or an unpause. Menuing. So let's trigger this. Oh? Hey, we have something. So I guess the weight of the stabilizer isn't really a factor, because I still have Link in the middle. Oh yeah, I think the stabilizer is really doing its job of making this stable, because I can kind of move wherever I want. Okay, I'm curious about what if I move more towards the front. Okay, what I'm getting out of this is that, like, the stabilizer just makes cart slides kind of free, because I can just kind of do whatever. Usually this kind of movement you would not want to do on a cart slide. Like, you do not want Link to be moving rapidly. I don't know how well it was doing with turning, though, which would be important. Wondering if I want to reload, because I used all my Guardian amiibo that I have on hand. Would like to test with more boxes, though. I want to test with more shapes that are like, that I can make taller. Maybe I try 3 carts on their side. Yeah, we'll try that first. Yeah, box plus stabilizer, I think, is what Bite mentioned. Worked well for them. I just know that, I mean, in a run setting, you could just auto-build something like that. In fact, if you ended up with something like this, you'd probably want to auto-build this anyway, because it requires a bit of building if you don't. Okay, so let's see if we can do anything with this. I have high hopes for this contraption. Oh, if I can climb up it properly, I have high hopes. Yes, okay, this is what we're looking for. This, if I can make it faster, then good. But this is what we're looking for. Yes, this is straight up an elevator. I am moving a little bit along the Z-axis, but otherwise, this is pretty much just straight up. And I hit the height ceiling. Hey, I can visit this thing. I don't think I've ever been up here before. Nice. Well, I've done it. I've made an elevator. Now let's see if we can optimize it. I want to try with 1 cart. I want to assume that the number of carts may not matter. Because the distance between the weapon and Link is going to be the same regardless of the number of carts. Short water break while we return. Throat is so dry today. Okay. I want to try with just 1 cart. 1 cart, 1 stabilizer. Having the cart stay on its side might be tricky, though. Tears of the morning. What's up, JFresh? We are building an elevator, and I just built my first successful one. So, good progress so far. So, can I climb the back of this? Oh, I guess I can't figure out that way. Well, I guess we'll just try it out now. Oh, you can. Okay. Let's see how this works. Not quite. Okay, I think my weapon collision is not getting stuck underneath. Let me ultra hand this by the cart instead of the stabilizer. Oh, can I not climb up the side if it's just 1 cart? May not be able to with just one. Oh? Okay, this is a little tricky with just one. Let me try it from the flat side again. Okay, I think the weapon collision isn't getting stuck underneath. I think it's just kind of going under, and then it's going under this way, and then just zipping back up to Link. Let me add a second cart. I assume a second cart will make it work fine. Yeah, this game has some really neat mechanics. I do really appreciate it for that, for stuff like that. Just even testing stuff like this, and like if something goes flying away from me, being able to recall it back is so handy. Okay. I got smashed in between the carts. Well, this one should work. Yeah, if I don't see the weapon name... Is this faster? This looks fast. Maybe the weight of the third cart made it slower. Yeah, we're making an elevator today. This was the plan all along. Okay, I'm racing the cart back to Lookout Landing. Oh, who's gonna win? The cart's gonna win because I'm off trajectory. Hey, I'm gonna hit the ground first. It's fine. Oh, goodness. But yeah, we are, so you'll notice I've done a glitch to have the weapon at my feet. And this weapon interacts with collision in interesting ways. So today's experimentation, like, this glitch is already used for, like, traveling around the map really fast. Like, if I just pull out a single cart and do this, there's a way you can do this without recall, but I haven't practiced it yet. If I just get on this as is, this can send me to far away and magical places. So it's already used in speedruns for that purpose, but I'm trying to find a good setup to use it for getting height. Happy TPM TTYDGF TNSFOS. I was doing so good. To all who celebrate. Yeah, that's something I want to play soon. I have a couple other games I want to do first, but I want to play through the first Paper Mario and then do TTYD remake on stream. Sounds like a good time. I accidentally picked up the sword. There we go. Okay, my carts are not perfectly aligned, but it's okay because the stabilizer makes it stable. It does its job. So far this seems like the best build. Yeah, I'm glad this works. This seems to work pretty well. I think now is where I would want to find something that either find something that works without having to build a lot of stuff, or just find a good find like the best thing you can auto build. I'm thinking the auto build option is probably going to be what ends up best, because I don't think there's just like any one or two things you can just spawn in with Zonai devices to make this work. So I feel like just finding the fastest and most efficient thing to auto build is probably the best option. Okay, my sword collision zipped back up to me that time. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Lokno? We are building elevators today, and I've already found a pretty decent setup for one. Oh. Well, it dropped me this time, but that's the general idea. I think it's not helping that this area is so laggy right now because it's raining. Lag definitely makes this trick a little more finicky. I appreciate you recommending the stabilizer too, Savage, because someone did mention that in the server, but I completely forgot about it. Okay, this one's not gonna work. I know if I can see the weapon name after I climb up, that it's not going to. I don't know why the weapon name showed up that time. I think maybe the carts not being perfectly aligned is making this not work as well as the first time. It's so slidey when it spins around. Okay, let me just hold it here for a second. Okay. Yeah, something different is happening with this build. Well, at least it stopped raining. Okay, the weapon name keeps showing back up. Let me just start this build from scratch. Climb from the side versus the back. I was having trouble climbing from the side with 2 carts. With 3 it seems easy, but not with 2. I should verify that though. Oops. Did I climb from the side the first time? Okay, this one should work. There we go. Elevator. Yeah, I guess climbing from the side, it makes sense that that would be more stable. I think after this, I want to try to get a rough timing of how long it takes me to bonk the ceiling with 2 versus 3. Because this one appears faster, but maybe not. Okay, we are about to hit the ceiling now. Bonk. It's gonna... Actually, no, it may not despawn. Because it's... I don't think stuff despawns based on vertical distance. It is probably gonna go flying, though, and I'm not gonna see where it goes. It's so tiny. Don't fly away. Oh, did it stay in one piece? That's surprising. Okay, we'll, No, not right now, I'm busy. I want to find a flat surface to take this to. No, you're coming too. Where... Let me just get some height really quick so I can figure out where to go. Actually, if I go through all this trouble, I might as well just go back to Lookout Landing. Speed of 2 versus 3 and a box with stabilizer, yeah. That's the idea for right now. I also want to try, I think I want to get a timing for this and then a timing for 3 carts. Then I also want to try stacking carts on top of each other, so like I'd have the height of 2 vertical instead of 3. I think I actually just want to try that now. We'll see. Let's do this first. And then let's do that same thing. Oh. Not like that. I mean, I guess I might as well. Just in case it makes any minor difference. Because presumably the more height I have between Link and the weapon, the faster this is gonna go. So like, this should give me super omega speed and bonk the ceiling in like 3 seconds if it works like I think. But I think cart weight is also going to be a factor. But I want to see if this is visually any faster. Oh, is this tipping over? Oh, I see. I stepped too far away. Okay, the sword name is at the top, so something happened here. Yeah, it seems like the weapon is slipping through somehow. Yeah, it's like right about there. And then once it slips through, it just stays. What if I just climb up from the back? Okay, so far so good. Okay, then no, the weapon name came back. Uh, just need to hold it here for a little bit. Oh. And then I pressed the A button too early. Uh, that should still work. Yeah. Okay, so far so good. Uh, it doesn't feel dramatically faster. In fact, I would say this feels slower than using 2. So I guess there is a cap on how fast you can get something to move based on the weapon desync. It's good to know though. It does feel like there is some kind of cap on this. So that means it can be optimized. Because if there's a cap, then that means there's an optimal solution. Something about force, mass, acceleration, yeah. It all feels like it's a factor here, so... That's good to know, though, because I was wondering if, like, a bigger object would just equal faster, but it seems like it's not quite that simple. Okay, so... Let's do a little bit of timing. So get... I think the three cart is probably going to be the older. Yeah, the 3 cart is going to be the older one, my auto build history. So let's test this one first. Okay, so now I'm going to use this for timing. Oh, never mind. Try it again. It looked fine. I think I want to grab the furthest cart. I don't really want to move Link around too much. Let's not make there be any lag either. I don't think that's gonna mess with the speed at all, but just for the sake of stability. Whee! Yes. Very good elevator. I like how in 2 of these tests, I have made it almost go perfectly along the z-axis and not move very much at all along the x-axis. I don't know why that's happening. Okay, so that took about 49 seconds to hit the ceiling. This one sent me pretty far away southward. Yeah, 49 seconds for 3 carts, so we'll see if 2 carts has a performance boost for being lighter weight. I think the tricky part is also I think the horizontal speed could also be a factor. So that may make the results a bit inaccurate, but I mean, if they both hit the ceiling at about the same time, then I think it's just a matter of going with whichever build is more efficient. But I'm hoping I can find something better than this anyway. I know the first clip I saw of this was using the Minoru parts in Spirit Temple, which have a very similar kind of shape. So I think that could be a better auto build even, because then you wouldn't have to spawn, or when you auto build it, it would be one less part, so it would just be the Minoru part and then the stabilizer. Can I do something like this to go back up through a depths hole? And if so, what's the longest possible vertical distance you can travel in a straight line? Somebody has done this with a different glitch. I think they did it here. I want to say they did it with this one, but I'm not sure if that also has like the lowest floor. That's an interesting question though. I don't know which depths hole leads to like at the bottom of it, which has the least or which has the most depth. Yeah, it was a kind of fling. Actually, let me see if I can find that video. It was a really interesting watch. Tears of the Kingdom. Recall fling. Recall launch? Yeah, recall launch. Let's see, was it this? Oh yeah, I think it was this one. Hold up. Okay, yeah, it was this one. He ended up using a different glitch at the end, but this one was totally interesting. Or this one was a really good watch. I'd assume Death Mountain is up there in terms of distance from entry floor. Yeah, I would think so. It's at least the largest depths hole, or how far you have to dive down to get to, or how much terrain you have to pass through once you enter. But yeah, that video was a really interesting watch that did something similar. Okay, so 49 seconds with 3 carts. Let's try with 2. This one is going to be a little more finicky because it doesn't like when I climb up the side. I don't know if I'm completely on this. Okay, well. I'm gonna hope it's good enough. I don't want to move Link. Oh, he is slipping. Yeah. Well, let's restart the test. Am I still floating? Oh, I'm slowly descending. Okay. Oh no, it knocked me off. If I recall this now, will it go back to Lookout Landing? Take me with you, take me with you. Hit the Boko! Oh, take me with you, please. Oh no, okay. Well, at least I can glide back. Okay, it didn't go all the way. I think the really interesting thing about trying to go the wrong way up a depths hole is like how brutal the loading screens are, because I think in that video I think they showed like an example of how it looks. Just the time it takes for the game to load and account for you going from depths to surface instead of the other way around. It's kind of impressive. I think I've seen loading screens that take over a minute or so. Okay, double cardigan. Okay, weapon name is here, so that's not gonna work. I think this should be fine. This one is sending me more to the west, or to the east than the south. I want to say this is going to be faster. The last one took 49 seconds. This one is going to take like maybe it's going to be pretty close. I'm going to say it's about 10 seconds shorter. Okay, no, it's very similar. Okay, 29:13, so it was 47 seconds. I'm gonna assume that distance is maybe just a factor of like how much horizontal speed there is. So that's interesting. It feels like the cart weight, or the weight of one extra cart, is not a factor. So now we can try with like 8 carts and see if that makes a difference. I'm also trying to take a look at the weapon desync here, because I think that is giving a hint as to how far or how big of an object could be used to make this desync. It feels like cart is right about the right height, because it looks like that's about the limit. I don't know if having an an obstruction makes that distance larger, though. Actually, it would make sense if this is not helpful in this case, because this is just kind of showing Link's terminal velocity. Yeah, I would assume you can desync this further, so I don't think this is a helpful metric. It just kind of shows, like, Link's terminal velocity and how the weapon relates to that. Okay. 3 carts was 49 seconds. 2 carts was 47. I think if we can get something that's just as fast with 8, and I feel like weight is not that much of a concern. And 1 stabilizer. Oh, they are not having a good time right now. Oh. Okay. I was hoping it'd be a little bit more stable, because that means that this build is not going to be perfectly aligned, but I mean, my assumption is that a wider surface area means you don't have to have things lined up as exactly. I'm gonna assume that should be fine. Yeah, I'll move this one a tiny bit further. That should be fine. That one needs to be forward a bit more. That's good enough. I picked up the weapon. Strap our little guy onto the side here. Okay. Oops. I did not let it fall far enough. Okay. I'm eating the steak a little bit later this time, so I want to keep that in mind. Oh, this is definitely different. Huh. I'm not doing a good job at climbing the side of this thing right now. I should also maybe point it away from Hyrule Castle, but I don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference. Wow, why am I struggling with this now? Let's see if this works. No, I didn't think so. That's not gonna work. What ungodly concoction are you looking at right now? We are doing some timing, seeing if the weight of the cart makes a difference. But I'll show you what I've cooked up in just a second. I think this one is not gonna work. Yes, it's an elevator. This one might not be, but I have cooked up an elevator. Okay, this is not letting me climb the side again for some reason. Let me just do it. Okay, let me just bring it back down here. This would give me a more accurate timing anyway. Okay, so it does go up, but this is noticeably not as fast. Okay, I didn't restart this speed food for this, but I know it had liftoff at about like 2810. So let's see how long it takes to bonk the ceiling. It is definitely slower, but what's interesting is that it's not super slow if we're just looking at numbers compared to the two cart build. Okay. If liftoff was 2810, then this one took about 16 seconds longer. Yeah, simplest version seems to be two carts and a stabilizer. But I'm hoping I can get that down to just, well, our boy is a little stuck right now. Ugh. I'm hoping we can get that down to just two Zonai parts. Maybe even one, if we can get rid of the stabilizer somehow. Yeah, two carts and stabilizer is the simplest, but that one also is a little tricky to get. Wait, where is Lookout Landing? I'm going the wrong way. That one is a little tricky to climb up. Oh, this sent me way over here. What the heck? I didn't even notice. Or a box, yes. I need to go test the box again. Actually, instead of flying all the way back over there, let me just reload. I'm gonna reload so I could scan in Guardian Amiibo again and test those boxes. Oh yeah, the stabilizer definitely helps. I think if the surface area of whatever the object is large enough, you wouldn't really need it. But I feel, especially in a run setting, I feel like it's gonna be just very nice to have for the safety. There is a clip someone posted yesterday where they used a box for this with no stabilizer, and they were able to make it pretty stable regardless. Okay, let me equip things again. This. Get, I'm gonna get rid of the weapon fusion for now. I do want to test this with weapon fusions though. Okay, so Let me just set up the glitch again before I scan the boxes in. Just a single crate, Half-Life lives on. It makes me think of Sonic 06. 06 had a glitch with one of the characters where you stand on top of it, and it's like, it's silver, so he has like these telekinetic powers where he can like throw stuff around. But you can just stand on a box and use the power, and he can just fly away with it. I think Sonic had a similar thing where it's like you keep doing like a kick on top of it and it would just go into space. Such a silly game. Okay, my weapon went through the floor. Okay, let's try a simple box and stabilizer. I probably should have made my manual save here, but that's fine. Okay, so box, one stabilizer. This just 1.0? Yeah, it's 1.0. Yeah, that's not gonna be... Oh, wow, I like the way this lands. Oh, might not want to do that. I have a limited number of these I can scan before reloading. It's just so solid. No, let me up. Okay. I think this one is going to be around a similar amount of time as the 8 carts, which was about 1:16. This one may actually be a bit longer. I'm just now getting up to the height of Great Sky Island. Oh yeah, we're only like halfway there. We're only halfway to the ceiling, so currently one box is outmatched by 2 carts. But that makes sense because the 2 carts are taller. But they are a bit trickier. I think so far my favorite is the 3 cart build because it just I'm having some issues like climbing up the side of just 2 carts, and it seems like the weapon has an easier time slipping through. Who would win, 2 carts or a metal box? Deathmatch. Almost there. 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a manual save and Lookout Landing. Options are good, which is why I'm thinking of what kind of things could I auto build to do this with? I want to know what is the lightest and tallest object that can be used for this. Wonder what controls the horizontal direction. I want to assume it's just where I have Link positioned. Because I was thinking of it during that flight too. Like, if I had Link just in the center of the box, would it just be going perfectly straight up? Okay. So I'm gonna not save yet. I'm just gonna equip all the stuff that I need. I'm gonna drop this first and unfuse it. I'm gonna equip this. And then put on the shield, because why not? And also, I'll go ahead and put myself on Amiibo Rune. Okay, let's try 2 boxes. That looks pretty good. Stabilizer. I think I want to keep the stabilizer on the bottom, so that hopefully if I miss catching this, the box won't just immediately break. I can align this top one a little bit better, I think. That took a lot of shaking to get it to detach. It normally does not take that much. Oh, this is gonna be a problem, actually. Wait. Let me think about this. So if I... Okay, sit right here. If I climb up this... Wait. I think I need them to be desynced. Or not perfectly aligned, actually. Because otherwise, I'm not going to be able to climb up this. I don't know how this is going to affect the flight capability, though. I would hope it doesn't. Oh, this is heavy. This is not built for verticality. What about 2 springs? What about 1 spring? Oh, we got our weapon collision back. What if I try... Yeah, I want to see if 1 spring can do it. Maybe that is the secret. Oh, very good. Very interesting camera angle to load into. I guess it makes sense why it would do that. Let's do spring. I'm gonna leave the spring unexpanded, and then I assume that when I use this, it should expand. Oh, this is interesting. If I can actually properly climb up this without needing to use recall, that would be nice. Oh, so close. It's looking promising though. Oh, I took all the fall damage. That's very interesting, though. Usually, weapons aren't really good at lodging themselves underneath things, but I guess the spring is in such a way that you can just kind of jump underneath it, or you can just walk underneath it. Okay, climbing up the spring is gonna be tricky. That's fast. I did not I did not start anything to see the time, but this seems pretty equivalent to using a cart or using two carts. I want to see what happens now if I nudge Link forward. It'd be nice if I could find a way to just make it not have any extra speed. Just have it go completely vertically. I feel like that's going to be difficult though. All right, let me time this and see what kind of time we get out of it. I think it's still going to be slower than two carts, but if it's more efficient, then that is a good sign. Oh, not yet. One spring, one stabilizer. Nope. Nope. Don't tell me I just got lucky the first time. There we go. Let's see what we get from one expanded spring. This feels fast. I feel like the speed is going to be about the same, but this feels fast. Okay, it's just about the same. 48 seconds. 3 cart was 49, 2 cart was 47, and then we got 48 with this. So I'm gonna assume 2 springs is not going to be any faster. I feel like we're kind of hitting a speed limit somehow with these. Oh, whoops. I'm trying to do this with the camera inside the wall. There we go. Okay, let's see. 2 springs and a stabilizer. Oh, that is not aligned. There we go. Can I even... I'm wondering if I can even climb this properly. Okay. It seems like I can almost climb it better than just a single spring, so that's good. Maybe I spoke too soon. Okay. Interesting thing about the spring is the fact that they have a bit of... Is it... I guess suspension, yeah, suspension is the word. Which comes into play when it starts going upwards. Yeah, I feel like I'm not seeing anything significantly faster with 2 springs. In fact, it seems like it's a little bit slower. Hmm. Yeah, we got about 58 seconds with that one. Wondering what else I can try. It's just hard to categorize items by weight in this game. The Minoru box is something, or like the Minoru appendage boxes, whatever you would call them, are something I'd be really curious to test, but I don't have access to those. I do have a file that is pre-dungeon, but it's also, I also haven't grabbed auto build on that file. 2 square boards and a long board. Yeah, I could see that. Hey, what's up, Clouded? We have had some success today building an elevator. Right now I'm just trying to test and see how fast some options are, and also, just try to make it more efficient overall. Here, what if we try this thing? There's no way this is gonna fly well. See, let's bring out stabilizer. The stabilizer has been huge in making these things work. Okay, so I can climb this. I'm gonna have to hold this in place for a bit so I can get to the top. Okay, this one is just silly. Yeah, we are not going up with this. I feel like I would see this on like a school playground in the 90s. This is giving me like flashbacks of like 90s playground death machines for children. Ah. Wow, the stabilizer really puts in work. I felt like it was gonna tip over if I did this. Stabilizer versus weapon collision. Who would win? Oh, weapon collision is back. I should ask the people who like actually data mine the files and see if they have a way to organize stuff by weight. Oh, I picked up the weapon. Anyway, Clouded, I'll show you the actual, probably most efficient thing I have so far. So right now it seems speed-wise. Wait. Oh, they're attached already. Okay. No, it doesn't matter how this thing is angled, but it's gonna bother me if it's not facing outward. Okay, so... Oh, let me set up weapon smuggle again. Okay, anyway. So this is one of the first ones I found that worked super well. The main problem being, like, it's a little tricky to climb up the side. You can climb up from the back of this, but it seemed like there was more risk of the weapon collision resyncing. It resynced then. Honestly, with this way, it's probably better just using 3 carts, but 2 carts does work. The weapon name. There we go. And we have an elevator. Oh, this one is really vertical, actually. This one is not giving me, like, horizontal. It is giving me a little horizontal, but this one is going pretty straight up as far as the ones I've tried so far. Yeah, so far I've tested with 2 carts and 3 carts. Both of them hit the ceiling after about 47 to 49 seconds. I tried this with an iron box from an amiibo, and that one took a bit longer. That one was like 58. I tried this with 8 carts just to see if cart weight mattered, and it definitely does. That one took like 1:16. Is the cart trying to resolve collision with the sword by going up? Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what's happening. So, like, I have to hold the cart up in the air before I jump on it, so that the weapon collision gets lodged underneath, and then the weapon collision trying to resync to the position of the weapon is what's causing it to go upward. So right now it seems like a fight between Seems like a fight between mass, or like a fight between weight and height. Because I think the most efficient thing for this is going to be something that's tall but also lightweight. Is this still active? It is, right? No. Have I considered box and cart? Whoa, now. Let's not get too crazy. Okay, so I've shown this works with double cart, but it also works with... I guess I need to activate this first, right? Before I stick this on if it's already activated. Also works with single spring and has a very similar speed. I got 48 seconds to bonk the ceiling with this one. This one, I don't know if it's just luck though. This one sends me a lot more distance horizontally compared to using two carts. But this one is definitely a little more efficient build-wise, since it only needs 2 items instead of 3. And we're gonna bonk the ceiling now. Okay. So Savage suggested, where was it? 2 square boards and a long board. Would you arrange them similar to the auto build thing that I used? Just have them in like an eye shape? I think there's some materials over here I can use. Oh no, that's logs. Something that I can climb, yeah. I'm gonna hope these are lightweight. They look like they should be. Excuse me, traveler. Oh, in the shape of a C. I see what you're getting at. And because of the stabilizer, it shouldn't be too, the fact that the weight isn't distributed evenly shouldn't matter that much. Wish I could hold this a bit more to the side. I guess it doesn't matter that much though. I can move this guy actually. Let's move him to this side. I don't think the weight being balanced matters that much, but it'll make me feel better. I'm gonna say the time was 22:52. I feel like this one is not quite as fast. I do like that this one has more surface area for me to walk around, but if I want to see the time, then I shouldn't do that. I think this one is probably going to be about, yeah, a little over a minute. Yeah, that was about 105. So it has come to this. What's up, Andre? Yeah, I stole your stream idea for the day. How's it going? Let me just reload. I've gotten some pretty decent builds though. I'll show you the one. You see stabilizer, you leave. Hey, it's part of testing. I'll show you what I found though. So far, the best builds I've seen are 2 carts or 1 spring. 2 carts I kind of like more as just an elevator because I'm getting a lot, not a lot, but I'm getting horizontal out of just 1 spring. Whereas with 2 carts, it's a little bit trickier to climb up them, but I'm getting more of a straight vertical height. There I go, mashing the A button. Yeah, this is in the context of vertical slides. This is just as ideas for Hundo, trying to replace the spring contraption and see if there are better ways of getting vertical height using this. I'm pretty impressed with the speed that I've managed to get out of it. The weapon resynced. Yeah, so this is the big problem with 2 carts. 3 carts seems like it's better. Just in terms of not having this happen. I also need to actually learn how to do this without recall. But I don't know if I would still need recall for this. Cart on bottom? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, add 1 to the bottom. Yeah, that could make this work a bit better. Okay, I don't want Link. I want to like nudge Link forward so he doesn't slip off, but every time I do, I think that's when the weapon is resyncing. Okay, no, it resynced already. I tried climbing up from the backside too. Actually, let me just try that again. I haven't done that in a while, so maybe it's better than what I'm attempting now. Surely that works, right? No, of course it doesn't. No, the weapon resyncs that way. I'm really struggling with it this time. I may just slap a 3rd cart on the back just so I can show you how it works. Yeah, let me just... Actually, let me try a different configuration with this. Yeah, stabilizers, I felt like, were probably too big of an ask, which is why... Just for now, I'm trying it out to see what's possible. But yeah, stabilizer, I think, especially in AD's case, would have to go at some point. No, we'll try it. We'll try it this way. I'm standing on the... Oh, wow. Okay. Now let me just go with what I know for now. Do this one. I'll just slap a third cart on the back of it, because that makes this work a lot better. Okay, they're not especially well aligned, but that should be okay. Wait, it's okay. It's really gonna resync even with 3 carts. Well, these are some complications I haven't run into. Maybe spring just is the answer, even if it's not perfectly vertical. Well, wait, is the stabilizer not active? Oh yeah, that definitely would cause some issues. Yeah, specifically want the smuggled weapons collision to get stuck at the bottom. I mean that's the same thing's true for just like normal cart sliding, right? Like that's the reason you want to have it in the air and then get on it from the bottom. Why is this not working? This was like the most stable setup I have, so of course now that I'm trying it again. What is happening? I don't know what's up with this. Let's just tear it all down. We'll start over. Let me just spawn in 3 carts to start. And then I can... So that way they'll be perfectly aligned. Go, mashing my A button again. Carts in a C shape, you would guess would be the same as a stack of 3. But better collision. I can try that next. Just want to see if I can get this working so I can show Andre what I've actually done in the past 2 hours. No, the weapon... What is happening? This did not happen before. think the only thing about having them in a C shape is I feel like that's gonna give me more horizontal. I feel like something to do with the surface area is what's causing that. I'm so confused why this is not working now. Oh, it's chasing me. Okay. Let me just climb up from the back, because I don't think I should have any problems climbing up from the back if it's 3. Okay, yeah. Finally. Elevator. We did it. And I like this build because it goes nearly perfectly straight up. This one has a bit more horizontal to it than the 2-cart build, but I guess at least climbing from the back is stable, unlike with 2 carts. Do we pass Lookout Landing? Oh yeah, not Lookout Landing, GSI. The only testing I've done so far is with stabilizer, so I would assume it flips as well, but I can try that. I can try without it. I don't think I specifically tried 3 carts without it. But yeah, I'm also gonna assume it flips. I think I tried 3 carts with them stacked horizontal. Yeah, with them stacked horizontally. That was a very late pause. I wonder if maybe... like 5 carts... Why do I even bother setting up drop smuggle if I'm just gonna pick up the weapon when I'm building stuff? Oh boy. Well, shoutouts to Seribot for deleting spam messages. It looks like it was only 2. Oh yeah, this thing, I don't even know if it's stable. Yeah. I do not have high hopes for this if it can't even stand up on its own. I haven't tried this yet. Actually, this would be interesting to try with the stabilizer. If it makes it so the weapon collision doesn't sneak through the gaps. Oh, but I can't really sandwich a 3rd one. It's really only just going to be 2 sides. I pressed the R button. Yeah, I think I want to ultra hand the middle one. Ah. You get away from this light post. Nope. One thing I'm particularly interested in, just because it's a similar size and shape, is doing this with the Minoru arms and legs, because those would be easy to auto build and use for this. But this is a completed file, and I do have a file that I could test it with, but it has the temple not finished, but I don't have auto build on it, which wouldn't take super long to grab. But oh yeah, yeah, that's what made me think of it, was seeing Airgold try it, so maybe there is some potential there for using it as an elevator. Without it being super unstable. I think the tricky part about this is getting Link to climb up it in such a way that the weapon is not going to be pointing outwards. Oh, that's true, yeah. AD isn't going to have auto build, so at least for AD that wouldn't be that helpful. Oh, we're spinning. Yeah, I'm feeling like this build, at least, probably not gonna work without a stabilizer. Let me try Savage's idea of having them in a C shape. Why tip over? Okay. It's gonna be like, why tip over if it's just gonna fall into the same shape? Okay, so without a stabilizer, there's an issue with this, obviously. Let's try with stabilizer though. I want to see if my thought of the surface area being an issue is real. Oh, it did not get stuck underneath. Let me move this cart a little further up. I think the fact that there's a gap is potentially causing issues. It's just gonna auto snap there. What if I flip it the other way? Maybe we'll try like this. Well, will this let me re-smuggle the weapon? No. Okay. See that the bottom cart is not aligned super well. I'm gonna hope that's not a problem though. Slip through somehow. Hmm. I'm just gonna hold it in place so I can climb up slowly, and I'll see if that makes a difference. I'll move this slightly more inward as well. It looks like I didn't change anything at all. Fine. Wait, what? What did I just do? Huh? I'm trying to recall it. Yeah, the weapon is slipping through at some point. Oh, what? Why did it snap all the way to the middle? Oh, I guess that makes sense. It's not letting me do... Oh. There we go. I have to have it off-center. Okay, there's no way this works, but let's see. Oh? Well, I don't think it slipped through this time, but we're not going upwards. I assume the weapon collision is below this cart that I'm on, and not the bottom one. Have to go. Thank you for the lovely stream. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate the ideas you gave me too. I forgot about trying to do this with a stabilizer before you mentioned, so I probably could have been struggling a lot more than I am right now. I hope you have a good rest of your night. I get this to attach in the middle. Maybe I flip the card over. Yeah. Does this work? No. I want to see if having two of these carts facing each other makes this a bit more stable. Because what I'm thinking is maybe there's like a gap that they're slipping between. I'm gonna have the two facing each other on the stabilizer side. Guess I want to grab the middle one. No? Okay, this doesn't align Link super well to climb up. Well, they didn't slip through. Let's try this with just 2 cards. Okay, I forget I can't just jump at things to test if I can climb them, because I was about to do that. Okay. I'm gonna assume this is too thin now. Let me try grabbing this one. I mean, if the stabilizer position is what's causing issues, then why not just put it on the long side? But I guess it's not solely the stabilizer. It's really just the fact that it's 2 carts side to side. Yeah, this build is just so fiddly. It makes me think that spring is probably just the way to go. Let's see if I can do anything with a spring without using a stabilizer. Okay, if I can get on top of the thing. That was definitely something. Oh, right, that's gonna spawn in all 5. Well, I have several to test with then. Honestly, the thing I didn't like about springs was the fact that they're hard to climb up, but at this point, I'm like, they're probably not any worse than double cart. Okay, I think instead of a climb jump, you just want to climb up it normally, and then do this. Yeah, climb jump just kind of sends you straight back down, so... Okay, that one got lodged in a pretty interesting position. Ah. I keep trying to climb jump even though I know it doesn't work. Okay, I want to think that this might work. Another idea I want to try without stabilizer is just stacking like 5 carts. I want to see if I can do something with the springs. It's definitely something. Did it despawn one of them, but not the other? It did. Did it? Wait. No. Okay. Trying to like mentally adjust based on where the momentum is going. So this one I was standing like a little over halfway into the first circle. What if I try standing further back? Okay, it just flipped even faster. I think something close to the middle is what I want. The problem being, like, it's going to be very difficult to not get it to tilt to the sides at all. Oh, I didn't have to climb that time, but I don't know if that was a good thing because I really struggled to actually get on it at all. Yeah, I think 2 springs is just going to be too chaotic. Let me try with 5 carts. I know that's going to be slower than just using a few, but if it can make something stable, then it could have some potential use for AD. I'm mostly looking at this in the interest of like 100%, but AD is kind of popping right now, so it'd be nice if I could contribute some ideas. Oh wow, it's just flipped on me. I need to get Link to the middle for that to not happen. Not great. Okay. I wanted to attempt to recall them back, but I would not be able to land and get a good camera angle in that time. That's a pretty loud voice line. It's so hard to align these once they're like not properly stacked anymore. Yeah, these are just slowly like moving outwards. Might as well see. Let's see how it flies. Okay, it does not fly. I should have just done this. Wow, that was quite the yell. How do I get these to not flip on me immediately? More forward seems like it's working. Except for there. Huh. See if I can do this without recall. Okay, never mind. Not quite. I need to try to do that with one cart before I attempt with a bunch and not know if I'm doing something wrong or not. Well, it's pretty much a normal cart slide. No, I haven't messed with Ultra Hand cart slides yet. I saw Ergol's clip, but I haven't actually tried it for myself. I don't quite... Well, there goes the weapon. I don't quite know the spacing for it. To be fair, nobody really knows. I see. It's one of those. One of the mysteries. I'm trying to use the glue as like a visual cue, but it seems like you want it a little bit lower. Because I'm not able to successfully jump on it. Oh, you do yours really low, I see. I assume the weapon is also a factor. Somewhat? Yeah, I would think maybe my weapon is causing the issue. Big Goron sword is pretty big. Okay, so I don't want to jump immediately. I want to walk a little first. Because what I'm trying to do is like forward hop. idea is you walk forward and jump onto the cart. Oh, okay. I see. So you're jumping to cancel instead of pressing B. Wow. What a flip. Let me try even lower. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. I'm thinking though, I do want to try this again with fusions, so I guess maybe that'll be the last thing I test for today. Still gonna use the stabilizer. I may mess with this with a bit off stream, just to see if I can build anything that doesn't need stabilizer. Let's see. My best time was with 2 carts, and I got 47 seconds. Let's see if adding a fusion, cart fuse to this weapon will make anything different. Is that going to be in my auto build history still? Probably not. Oh? No. Where's the good one? Actually, let's just do 3 cart. Yeah, let's just do 3 cart. That way I'm not here fighting to climb up the thing for half an hour. Oh, right. Wait, how do I do this if it's fused? I know there's a way. I think I have to do shock method, right? Or I have to be overloaded. You know, for now, let me just test with a box. I feel like if anything is gonna have a significant difference in speed, then it's gonna be a larger fusion like this. Yeah, I feel like if this doesn't have a significant difference, then nothing will. Alright, we're in the noisy part of the stream. Yeah, I wasn't sure if the weight for wooden box was significantly different from metal. Oh, that's different. Oh, wow. Did the stabilizer? See, maybe the stabilizer turned off at some point. When I tried just a single box and a stabilizer, I got about 105 hitting the ceiling, so it was about 15 seconds slower than using the carts. It's still pretty fast though. Wait, I forgot to turn this thing back on. But yeah, that's over the distance of the whole map. So in shorter distances, it probably wouldn't be that significantly different. Okay, I'm gonna say it was 27:12. I keep forgetting to to look at the time when it takes off. Yeah, initial setup time is also a big factor. That's what makes the multiple cart idea a bit tricky. Okay, I think the fusion definitely made a difference because that was 42 seconds. Wait, yeah. Not super significant, but that it definitely seems like it's faster. Just reload. What is the setup time of the other massive boon of fused materials is stability? Yeah. Wait, actually, what are the inputs for doing this through shock method? I do want to try with the cart fusion. Haven't done this in a while. Let me see if I can remember. Uh, Suddenly 2 spears. Let me let me auto build the thing first, because I'm gonna end up mashing A and pick it up if I actually get this to work. Setting up a Dzuggle stack would be faster overall. Yeah. I just haven't done the inputs for Dynamic Zuggle in a while. And I feel like this is just easier for my brain right now. Oh, okay. I think I've got it, except it deleted my weapon. I guess that's a reload. I don't have another... I mean, I guess I have this. I can try it with this. I don't even know what inputs I just did. Trying to think. Okay, I need to start with something else equipped. Okay, that did it. You've only tried shock smuggle with spicy lemons. Those are also good. Okay, this test is not going to be great because I've been using Big Oron Sword for everything, but we'll see. I'll remember to eat food so I can see the actual time. Oh, wait. Not quite what I was looking for. Weapon collision might be an issue with this one. Oh wait, I've been climbing up the back. I should be doing this the easy way. Well that sure did something. I feel like the weapon collision, I think maybe the cart fusion makes it so long that it's just finding its way upwards. What if I gently climb up? Oh, and then knock myself off because of recall motions. Yeah, the weapon collision just keeps breaking through. I guess we try to climb from the side. Hmm. Yeah, I think the weapon is just too long now for this to work. Let me reload. I'll try this with Big Aron's sword as well, since that's the weapon I've been testing with. Okay, so 3 carts. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. Stabilizer, 1 more cart. Okay. I feel like this is also definitely not gonna work, but let's find out. Yeah, this seems like the same issue. The weapon is just too large now. Oh? Not from this side. So I'm gonna say it was 2332. We'll just see how long it takes to bonk the ceiling. So I guess Big Oron Sword is slightly smaller than Royal Guard's Claymore. Yeah, about 42 seconds again. Hmm. So the fusion didn't seem to change a lot between these two tests. Let's see. Trying to think if there's anything I want to do before I head off for today. There's one place in particular I just want to see this build in use, because the spring contraption was never quite enough for it to work. Trying to think if there's anything else that I want to test before that, though. What if I do this with a smaller weapon? I did it. No, the weapon. Okay. Wait. Oh, it just chucked it in here. Okay. And we'll auto build this. Oh, it slipped through. Kind of tricky. You don't want a weapon that's too large, but then there's a weapon that's too small to kind of make its way through anyway. Oh. Savage Lionel bow time? Maybe. Yeah, why is this? This is just not sticking at all. Kind of strange. I guess the collision for this weapon is much more centered around Link's feet compared to a larger weapon. Oh, that's interesting. Normally don't see weapons kind of wedged upward like this. Oh, right. Wait. I can't throw this, so... Wait, is there a way to do this with QDS since I can't throw it? I guess getting shocked is an option? What does any percent do then? Oh, right, wait. I should know this. I should know this. I don't play this game for like 2 weeks and then I have to relearn everything. think I'm forgetting to equip it. I have something messed up here. Okay, that's not gonna work. The drop, equip, unequip. Okay, equip, drop, equip, unequip, drop, equip. There we go, I remembered. Now if my bow would not get launched into the stratosphere. I just had to remember it was 3 menuing, not 2. Is this on? No. Okay. Let's see if this does anything. It does not seem to. Yeah, I want to say this is another case where the collision is just too centered on Link. But yeah, it's just not sticking to the bottom at all. Let me try from the side. It'll let me climb. Yeah, this weapon collision is not... Well, I got stuck somewhere. Yeah, I think it's getting stuck on the side. So that's interesting. I haven't had that interaction before. Okay, I'm gonna go do this for Sky Islands here, and then I will be off for today. I guess you don't even have to bother, like, repositioning this. Oh, I guess I dynamic Zuggled my bow. This weapon is too tiny. It is just not... Let me do it with the spear. Shouldn't this be working? There we go. Alright. Starting from the memory. You've heard spears are cursed. Yeah, I meant using it as, like, to get it to fail drop, because I could not get the Knight Sword to fail drop. But yeah. I would imagine spears are pretty cursed. Oh my goodness. Link, stay on the contraption. Okay, this is sending me away, but we are up here. Forget, it's just gonna launch me off of it. Yeah, I think it is still steerable. I would think so anyway. See, I assume that's gonna despawn. Yeah, that was a little too far away. See, I don't remember how this interaction works with auto builds. If I auto build this and then just break one, does it break the whole thing? No, it doesn't. Okay. Nope, not that time. Not that time. Not that time. What if I just climb up slow? No, it still gets through. 2 carts is so nice, except for the fact that they just don't work reliably. What if I just leave Link stuck to the side? Yeah, maybe this is fine. I would assume it's not quite as fast, but it is upwards without like a big horizontal difference. Oh, we are gonna smack right into the bottom of this thing. Boom. Let me try from the shrine then. Yeah, it's not particularly slow. Yeah, going on top seems to not be entirely reliable. Something about his step up animation or climb up animation. Oh. Okay, I tried to do it fast that time because I knew Recall was about to fling it away from me. Okay, this is just silly. Come back. Alright, let's try it from right here. Surprised climbing up the back of the cart wouldn't yield a workable slide. Hmm. Yeah, it's strange. I guess it's because the sword is like slightly too big. Actually, wait. If it's just climbing and not climbing like all the way up. Oh, that has some a bit of lean to it though. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, the stabilizer wasn't active. I'm surprised it didn't knock me off a lot sooner, if that was the case. There we go. Oh, this is nice. This is like perfectly straight up. There is a little bit of horizontal movement. How are we looking on positioning? This is good. Directly up from the shrine, it just like barely misses the island. I like this. Oh, and we can get up here too. That's nice. He's about to call the stabilizer completely fraudulent. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's what I wanted to see. Let me see. Let me try this. There's no way this works right. I'm just curious because how stable it seemed to be without the stabilizer. Yeah. Maybe if there's like counterweight, this can work. I am sensing some potential. Let me try with just 3. 3 carts, no stabilizer. Obviously, like, I'm gonna get this to work perfectly, but then because I'm using Big Oron Sword, it's not gonna work with a different weapon. There we go. Well, there we mostly go. Hey, what's up, Aqua? We've had some good success today. I've made an elevator. Unfortunately, like anything stable needs a stabilizer, but I'll show you what I've got here. This also works with 2 carts, but my auto build here is 3. But with the stabilizer, wait, now I need to set this up again. Hold up. With the stabilizer, this seems pretty good. And we just go straight up. I tested a few different builds. I don't know if it's slightly slower because I'm just clinging to the side, but going from lookout landing to the height ceiling, with 2 carts and 3 carts, I was getting about 49 seconds, so it's pretty fast. The issue I was having with 2 carts is when I was trying to climb all the way up, I was having the collision of the sword clip back up to the top several times. Wellspring Island has stabilizers. Oh. But yeah, with 2 carts, I'll show you the way I was trying it before. So before I started climbing up the back, this is how I was approaching it. So I'd have 2 carts like this, and then I'd have the stabilizer on. And then I would try to climb all the way up. This time particularly didn't work that well because because Link like jumped forward. But you can see when the weapon name shows back up, that's when the collision is clipping back through. And like, I would have some success with it, but it feels like just climbing on the back is the most stable way to do this. And then maybe it's safe to like climb all the way up, but like, just like that example, it wasn't, so I don't know. Yeah, also curious about what if I add. Surely the answer is just add more cards, right? Surely. Suspect I can climb on with just recall. Maybe so. I feel like the weapon wouldn't get lodged underneath. We can give it a try. Let me try here. Maybe the ground is level enough here. Well, maybe not if it's leaning to the side. Yeah, I don't think the weapon's not getting lodged underneath. Hmm. Uh, well, that didn't work. I feel like the most stable I've found so far is just 3, if we're not having a stabilizer included. Ah, I was trying to do it carefully. Yeah, I think these slides are very neat too. Definitely a lot of potential. Okay. How would I get it to not tip forward? Ask it nicely, true. Honestly, I feel like trying to fine-tune this is probably a pointless effort right now. Because Big Oron sword is definitely not going to be the sword that is used for this. I'm gonna try climbing up the front. Oh wow. Okay. Why does climbing up the front work so differently? Well, it didn't tip forward that time. Keep trying silly slides with wings. It feels so hopeless, yet so possible. Yeah, all the wing slides that I've seen are kind of give me that vibe too. Is it already time for the quarterly wing slide revisit? I thought you said it was monthly, not quarterly. Nobody got time for monthly. Hey, the summer's almost here. There's time. Okay, yeah. I think this is a bit of a fruitless effort right now. I guess just in case, do either of you happen to know if there's like a spreadsheet out there that lists item by weight? 'Cause I'm curious to like look through it, because I know the ideal thing for this, at least in the case of like Hundo, would be to auto build something that's both like something around this height, but also super light. So if I could find something like that, that would be neat to test with. Oh, it's not leaning. It is leaning. It didn't lean for a few seconds. The object data sheet. I didn't know if weight would be listed on there, but if it is, that would be interesting to look through. It has mass. I see. It'd be nice to at least compare the ones that I have tested, like Bart versus Iron Box versus Wooden Box. Yeah, you can link it here. I think there's just no hope of getting this stable, at least with my current weapon. Yeah. Let me open this so I can keep it for later. Oh, that's convenient too. This also has images for everything. Yes, this is going to be super helpful. I thought I was going to have to go through and try to pick out what everything was by, like, file name. Okay. I'm going to do one more flight and then head off for the day. This has been, I would say, fairly successful. Oh, I need more Zonite. Or I just need one stabilizer. Oh, I slipped from the rain. Wow. There we go. Has all the interactable objects in the game. That's good. That'll be helpful. I'll take a look through that list later tonight then. I would say in the scope of Hundo, this seems pretty nice at least, compared to using the spring, but I need to actually time stuff and see how it is. At least with this, like, the build time is definitely a lot shorter. But as far as, like, having to drop smuggle something, and then do recall, ultra hand, all that, I feel like it would be about the same. It would only have applications like here where the spring contraption can't get all the way up here. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you for hanging out, everybody, and taking part in the experimentation. I see my friend Lokno, who stopped by here earlier, is doing some salmon run, so I'll send you all over there. Let's see. Yep, thank you for hanging out, and I will see you all next time. Oh wait, before I go, Let's see, if I could quickly just figure out how to script slash mod stuff in the game effectively, I could quickly place stuff in precise positions. Cover a lot of cases, yeah. I know Breath of the Wild had something like that at one point. Like it had some kind of trainer where you could just input an object ID and be able to spawn it using the D-pad menu. I never played around with that myself, but it seemed like it was a pretty nice feature. But yeah, gonna head out for now. Thanks everyone, and see you next time.